My name is Micheline, and today I'm going to be showing you how I outfit my dress form. This is my dress form. I call her Linda. She's actually my second dress form. My other one, my husband broke, and so we had this one replaced. This one is a lot better than the one I had before, and it has some really cool features which I will highlight as I go along. So let's go get right into this. The dress form is called My Double Designer by Dritz, and it has some really interesting features, and let me point those out to you right now. So my favorite part is the wheel. All adjustable dress forms have these adjustable wheels right here at the chest, at the side, at the back, and at the side, and that's for the bust, waist, and hips. So unlike my previous dress form, the wheels on this one are padded. It has a bit of a silicone layer on top, which makes for easy, the wheel turns pretty easily, and it didn't hurt my hands very much to adjust it at all, so that's a pretty cool thing. So I'm actually going to pad this dress form with the Fabulous Fit fitting system, and I bought this. I believe mine is the size large. I bought this several years ago off of Amazon, and I used it on my previous dress form, so everything here is what I've had in the past, so this isn't new. What comes in the packaging is these foam pads, which is exactly what I'm going to use to make her my size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bust, which I believe it goes like this. I'm going to pat it out like that, so that for the bust, for the abdomen, I'm going to add it here, and I'm going to use these two side pieces. Actually, they tell it on the side of the box. It says two side back pieces. Oh, these are thigh pads. I use the thigh pads to pad out the sides, which I'll show you here in a second. So these two will go like this. So let's get started with that. Right now, I already did some adjusting to, I think this is at 41 and 42. 41 and a half is what I had it at. 41 and a half or 42. Make sure they're even. So my bust measurement is 45, my waist is 40, and my hips are 44. And so I already have the bust adjusted to about 41 and a half, the waist at 38, and the hips are at 44. I left the hips the same because I don't really have any additional, like my hips are, to me, I don't have to do anything there. The waist goes up to 40 inches, but I don't want to expand it to 40 inches because Linda is pretty flat in the front, and I'm not flat, and so I don't want a flat, nothing I make is going to fit for a flat stomach, so we're not going to even fool with that. So, but what I did do is I wanted to make sure the upper bust area was 41 and a half, 41 and a quarter, which is what my upper bust measurement is, and that's the size that I use to buy my patterns. And so this measures at 41 and a quarter, which is ideal for me because I can expand, just like in patterns, I can expand this to be 44 inches. Right now, at the fullest point of the bust right here, it's at 43. I need it at 44. So to get started, put this here. To get started, I'm gonna put the cover that I'm gonna use a black cover, but my Fabulous Fit system came with two covers. One that's a princess seam, that's in white, which is exactly what the black one is, and one that does not have princess seam. It just has regular, as though you were, you know, a regular t-shirt style. I don't like the white ones personally because when I don't have a garment on my dress form, it shows the padding and it looks weird to me in pictures. So for that reason, I spent the extra dollars to buy the black one. So I'm going to put those aside. The other thing about this dress form, which you can't really see it, is it has for pants. This is the very first dress form that I've ever owned. Well, this is only the second dress form I've owned, but this one I can fit pants. I have yet to make a proper pair of pants for myself, but at least now I know I can do so once I take that plunge. It has a definitive wrong back, so I'm going to make sure this is on the back of the dress form. So let's get her dressed here. So I'm gonna, for right now, I'm gonna cover the bottom, which means I'm covering the leg area. It's not a big deal. I'll be able to pull it up for pants, I suppose, when I'm ready for that. I make mostly tops and dresses. Okay. Now to pat her out. I start with the top, I start with the bust area, and I'm going to put the flat side on the bottom, so the curved side towards the top. And all of these paddings are held in place by the cover. I don't use any pins or anything like that. There's no need for it. Alright. So there we go. So now let's see what her bust measures. We're at 43.5. So this is where the directions say these are, the box say these are hip pads, but I use them as for the love handle area because I have love handles, and you know. So I will put these here, and that to me will add some extra padding. It'll also expand the bust measurements a bit. And the waist, it'll also add extra padding for a wider waist. There we go. That easy. And the last piece is, this is called a back pad, one stomach pad. It's a back pad, so a stomach pad. So I'm going to put this right here. There we go. She now has a little tummy, just like me. So now let's measure her. The bust is now exactly 44 inches, which is exactly what I needed it to be. And the upper bust is still 41.25, which is what mine is. And the waist is now 40 inches which is what I needed it to be. And the width, the hips remain hips 44. So this now has the exact measurements that matches mine. The next step, which is really important, is for the back length measurements. I am short-waisted, and my back waist measurement is 14 and a half. And so what I do to make sure I have that is I put a necklace around it. This actually, the top has a seam right here, but just to be sure, I wear a necklace and I put a necklace behind to make sure I have the right spot. And I also add an elastic around it so that I can mark the exact waist, so that when I'm fitting a pattern, I know where the waist is, and the waistline, you know, is marked on the patterns, and I can add it there. I can line them up, and so there we go. And so now let's see. Actually, this time around the seam actually works just fine, works perfectly fine. So for the top of the elastic is at 14 and a quarter. Let me move it down a little bit. It's mine. 14 and a half. Actually, my back waist, that measurement is 14 and a quarter, but I usually make it at 14 and a half because half inches are much easier to work with than a quarter inch, and so that's roughly right. So then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and take pins, little finishing pins. Grab one right now. Oh, there we go. I'll take some pins and I will stick it in like that. There. Like that. The pins are all the way like through, so it won't move, and it also won't stick me later. Like that. And so now I can have a permanent mark for where the waistline is, so when I'm doing pattern tissue fitting, I have it in the right spot. And I'll make sure again. Yep. It's actually 14 and a quarter, so that's good. From there, so when I make a tissue, when I put a tissue in it, I'll make sure to use the back there, not the necklace, so that I didn't need that today. So there we go. Her waistline matches mine. We're good. And she'll be like this until my body changes. Oh, I didn't mention that this finial right here is to expand the neck size, and that is already, that I didn't need to do anything extra with that. That neckline matches my neckline, so everything else there is perfect. Okay, so I goofed. I said my bust measurement was 45 and I left Linda at 44. So let's fix that. I need to add an extra inch to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove, you can see how easily it is to make the adjustment, which turns out to be a really cool thing, good thing. So I'm going to take the pins out that I put in just a little while ago. Take the elastic off. Actually, I'm just going to hang it off of here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise up, the first thing I'm going to do is raise up the side padding that I put in there. That's good. That's good. I'm going to put my hand up. I'm going to turn the wheel just a little bit. see. I should probably be looking at this, but I'm not gonna bother. Let's see what we got. Ha! 45. Make sure it's level. No, not ha. Still need a little bit more to go. Expand it a bit in the back. I'm turning the wheel down, which is how you make it bigger. There we go. Now we're at 45. Now we're at 45. The other thing I didn't mention before is that you want to check to make sure that the apex to apex measurement is matches yours. Mine is 9 inches, and from the princess seam to princess seam, it's 9 inches. So now we're good. Now Linda's 45 at the bust, 40 at the waist, and 44 inches at the hips. And we're good. Put this back where it needs to go, and I will pin this back off camera, and she's good to go. So there we go. I hope you found this particularly helpful. I will link everything below, including my Facebook and Instagram pages that I use to showcase my work, both of which are at Needle and Curves. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.